What's going on, guys? My name is Triforce Addiction. Welcome back to another COD mobile video. So I have some pretty exciting news to share with you guys for this game, because about 4 days ago, I believe on June the 13th, there was a blog post that COD Mobile posted talking about the stuff that's upcoming within the later seasons, as well as, currently right now. They did talk about the cooling compressor barrel that was coming in soon. I think this was like the day before it came out, as well as a very, very interesting bit of information, something that really pertains to, I guess, the topic of this video, and something that we've been requesting for a very, very long time. So it's been a while since we've had the ability to put diamond camo as well as gold, platinum, and Damascus on our blueprints, but the one that we did not get was ether crystal. That one still remains the same. We can't use ether crystal unless we're just using the base weapon. This has gone on for a long time, ever since that update came out. I assumed that they probably needed more time to work on it, so I was just like, okay, well, let's just wait until the next major update. Maybe they'll have it then. And, I kept saying the same thing for such a long time because, well, let's be honest, it never happened. Eventually, Red Sprite, of course, came out, as well as Glacial Ripple, and I'm kind of at the point now where I believed that, this is never going to be a thing. I think they only allowed it for just the non-seasonal completionist camos like Diamond or Damascus. I was starting to believe that, okay, well, maybe this will never happen and, I should just move on with my life. But then, this blog post happened and they mentioned that they're planning to put Ether Crystal and Glacial Ripple onto blueprints at some point. So this is what they said: adding tournament camos to blueprints, this is something that we see the community ask for consistently, which we understand because it would look so cool. A major factor when it comes to adding camos like these over a blueprint is sometimes it directly conflicts with the blueprint's original special effects. This conflict would cause larger performance issues in the game itself, so it takes some time to optimize this feature. However, it is something that we are working on implementing into the game. So yeah, obviously they confirmed that it's going to be a thing at some point. Of course, I kind of understood that it might be a long process because, keep in mind, they're animated camos, and with legendary skins, they're also animated. So I could see how it would cause some performance issues, and that was one of my biggest theories as to why Ether Crystal was not being implemented, because maybe they were having issues. But someone did actually leave a comment about that. So a Reddit user by the name of Brother Mike does say, or does ask, I know it's annoying to ask this but when are we going to be able to use Ether Crystal on our blueprints? And I'm not going to mention the Red Sprite because it's already been mentioned, but they said, hey, no info on Ether, but adding Red Sprite to blueprints is actually something the team is working on bringing to COD Mobile. We touched on it a little above, but basically, since each blueprint, sorry, fuck, I can't even speak today. Since each blueprint is unique, it takes a lot to add something like Red Sprite to it additionally without breaking things. So it might not be the quickest process, but it is something we are working towards. This post is fine and all, including the response. It's nice that someone actually did mention Ether Crystal and they actually replied. But the weird thing is, how do you have no info on that? People have been requesting Ether Crystal to be put on blueprints for such a long time. We've had the camo for a year now, and it makes you wonder, like, did they even work on it at all? I know I've showed the videos of the epics, but for all we know, that could have just been coded in automatically. Like, how do you not notice that it's been requested for over a year, but somehow you immediately notice that people request for Red Sprite and Glacial Ripple to be on blueprints immediately? It's weird. You legit had all this time to work on it, and you're telling me that there's no info at all? Like, not even a small little detail about Ether Crystal being on blueprints? I mean, we've only had it for 1 fucking year, right? And like I said, Ether Crystal is not animated, so you shouldn't really have any problems putting them on blueprints. And you could have used this time to at least let us use it on our epics. Again, epics don't really have animation, so what's the problem here? The same could be said about Red Sprite and Glacial Ripple. Yes, they're animated, but if you're putting them on epics, why should it matter? Really, the only blueprints that you should be working on is just the mythics and the legendaries. That's all you have to do. Like, I've seen, like, all the epics that I've had, all the ones that changed the appearance of the gun, I've seen the glitch, how it looks with Red Sprite or Ether Crystal, and they look amazing. They look like they're completed. You could have given us the ability to use it on those first, and then, you know, you could have had us wait a season or two so you could finish working on the legendaries and just the mythics as well. I mean, it's not that complicated. Look, don't get me wrong, I'm grateful that they've confirmed that it's going to be a thing in the future. But with Ether Crystal, it's a completely different story because we've had it for so long. If you just worked on it before, we would have had the feature by now. The shitty part about this whole thing is that with Ether Crystal, we've worked our ass off. I mean, it was probably one of the more longer-winded completionist camos to get, and we can't even use it on the blueprints that we've bought. You would think that a feature like that would be out by now. I mean, it's only been a fucking year. It's an annoying situation because I've waited such a long time, but they're willing to easily just put Red Sprite and Glacial Ripple on the blueprints and completely disregard Ether Crystal that's been requested for a year. Like, am I crazy? It's like if you go to McDonald's to order a McDouble and there's like 5 people behind you that order after you and they somehow get their shit before you do. It's kind of like that. Trust me, that analogy does come from a place of pain because that's happened to me many times. But yeah, so it's going to be a thing. I'm happy. The question of when, I don't know. It probably might be in this next major update or the one after, or who knows, maybe even even in season 6 by some miracle, but I doubt that. I highly doubt that. It's probably going to be through a major update. But yeah, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like, make sure to subscribe for some more COD Mobile content. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.